Namaste children, how are you all? I hope you are fine. And in the last class we have discussed exercise number 5.3, few problems using the sum of n terms of arithmetic progression, nth term of arithmetic progression or the last term of the arithmetic progression. And now today also we will discuss a few more problems from the same exercise number 5.3. Question number 12. Find the sum of first 40 positive integers. How many positive integers? 40 positive integers divisible by 6. Divisible by 6. What we call those integers which are divisible by 6 or any other number, we will call the multiples of that number or not. So the numbers which are divisible by 6 means they are nothing but the multiples of 6. So indirectly what we need to find the sum of first 40 multiples of 6 which are divisible by 6. So find the sum of first 40 positive integers divisible by 6 means find the sum of first 40 positive integers means first 40 multiples of 6. We need to find their sum of their multiples of 6. So you may get different numbers. Instead of 6 you may get 7 or you may get 8 or you may get 9 or you may get 5 like this. But the concept is the same. We need to identify the multiples of 6 or the number which is given. So after identifying the multiples, then we need to find the sum of those sum of the multiples of 6 which are that is 40 multiples of 6. What is the sum we need to find by using the concept of arithmetic progression. Here positive integers divisible by 6 is nothing but multiples of 6. If it is divisible by 7 means multiples of 7. If it is divisible by 8 means multiples of 8. So now we should write the numbers. What we say is find the sum of first 40 possible integers divisible by 6 means what is given here, the number 40 represents number of terms, that is n. So n is equals to what? 40. N is equals to 40. Now what are the multiples of 6? Multiples of 6 are, so first multiple will be this 6, then 12, then 18, after that till 40 terms. How many terms? 40 terms. Why it is 40 multiples? 40 positive integers means 40 multiples we have to take. So observe this series of numbers whether it is in the arithmetic progression or not. Here the first term is 6, second term is 12, third term is 18. So find the difference of two consecutive terms. 12 minus 6, it is 6. 18 minus 12, it is 6. Means we get the constant, that is the succeeding multiple of 6 by adding 6. That is a fixed number here we are adding, that is 6 we are adding. Hence this is in the arithmetic progression. So the above series is in AP. The above series of numbers or series is in AP. In AP with A is equals to 6 and D is equals to, that is A2 minus A1, which is equals to 12 minus 6, that is equals to 6. Now we have A is equal to 6 and D is equals to 6. N is equals to 14. So what we need to find? Sum of 40 multiples, that is S40 we have to find. S40 is equals to, that is sum of first 40 multiples of 6. Now what is the formula to find sum of n terms of arithmetic progression? Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. N minus 1 into d. So now substitute n is equals to 40. Therefore S40 is equals to n is equals to 40. 40 by 2, that is equals to 2 into a is equals to 6 plus n is equals to 40 minus 1 into d is equals to 6. Simplify this. What we get, it is 40 by 2. 2 ones are 2 20s are. That is equals to 20 into 2 into 6, it is 12 plus 40 minus 1, it is 39 into 6. Now multiply this 39 into 6. 39 into 6 is simplify inside the bracket first. That is equals to 20 into 12 plus 39 into 6. 6 9s are 54. 5 is there. 6 3s are 18. 18 plus 5 it is 23. 234. So that is equals to 20 into and inside the bracket 12 plus 234. 2 plus 4 6. 1 plus 3 it is 4. 246. 246. Now multiply 246 with 2. So we are multiplying with 20 means multiply with 2 and then keep 0. So 2 6 are 12. 2 4s are 8 plus 1 9. 2 2s are 4 and keep 0. That is 4920. Therefore, S40 is equals to how much? 4920. So like this we will find the sum of first 40 positive integers divisible by 6. So we need to identify the multiples of 6. The first multiple of 6 is 6, then 12, 18. It is the succeeding multiple will get by adding 6 to its preceding multiple. That is the common. It is by seeing this in numbers itself we can say that it is in the arithmetic progression with A, that is first term is equals to 6, and the common difference D is equals to A2 minus A1, that is equals to 12 minus 6, which is equals to 6. Now we need to find the sum of first 40 positive integers divisible by 6 means sum of first 40 multiples of 6. Right formula Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Then after writing this, substitute the values which we know, then simplify, we will come to the result 4920. So like this, the questions may be the other form. Find the sum of first 25 positive integers divisible by 8. We will follow the same, but multiples of 8 will be 8, 16, 24 and so on till 25 terms. So the direct question they may ask you, find the sum of find the sum of multiples of 6 from 10 to 100. 10 to 100 or 100 to 200, in between 100 to 200. Find the sum of the multiples of 6. Such kind of sums also we will use the same concept. The one more concept it is find the sum of all odd numbers from 1 to 20 or sum of all even numbers from 1 to 20. Such sums also we use this concept and we will find the required sum. So did you understand children this sum? Yes? Right. Now we will discuss one more sum. It is 16th sum. A sum of rupees 700 is to give 7 cash prizes to students of a school. So how much money is going to give as the cash prize? It is rupees 700. To how many children or how many prizes are there? It is 7 cash prizes only. Total cash prizes are how many are there? 7. And the total amount which is to be given as how much it is? 700 rupees for their overall academic performance. If each prize is rupees 20 less than its preceding price. So 20 rupees is less when we compare with the from the first price to the next price, and the next price it is 20 rupees is less. Then find the value of each of the prices. So how much amount is distributed as the cash prize? It is 700 rupees. How many cash prizes are there here? 7 cash prizes are there. Then 7 will represent what? 7 will represent number of terms or number of prizes. Here in arithmetic progression will take it as number of terms. And this 700 will give you what it is? Total amount which is distributed as the cash prize. This total amount it is what? Sum of 7 cash prizes. Sum of 7 cash prizes. So sum of n terms is given and sum of 700, that is sum of the 7 terms is also is given in the question. What we need to find? This 20 represents what? 20 less than its preceding price. This 20 will represent common difference. It represents common difference. Now we will find out. So what is given here in the question? It is total amount which is to be given as cash price. It is 700 rupees. That I am taking as what? S7 is equals to 700. S7 means sum of 7 cash prices is equals to 700. Then N is equals to what? Number of prices, that is 7, or number of terms in the arithmetic progression. So now let the first price be, let the first price be it is rupees A, or simply A I am taking. Next price will be what it is, second price, A2 will become what it is, second price will be A minus 20. Third price it will become what it is, A2 plus D, or next we will call it as A3 is equals to second term, again 20 is less, so A minus 20 minus 20, that is equals to A minus 40. A minus 40. Therefore, what are the cash prices? A minus 20 and A minus 40 and so on. How many prices are there? 7 prices, means we will call it as what? 7 terms. 7 terms. So by observing these cash prices, these numbers A minus 20, A minus 40, we will say that these numbers are in the arithmetic progression, with the first term is A and the common difference it is 20. Common difference is 20. How we know that it is common difference is 20? Because rupees 20 is less than its preceding price. Every cash price, each price is 20 rupees less than its preceding price. Means that 20 is the fixed amount. Fixed amount which is reduced. Here A is the first term, is 7 terms. Now D is equals to what? A2 minus A1, that is equals to A minus 20 minus A. Minus A plus A are cancelled, you will get minus 20. So D is equals to how much? Minus 20. Now we know D and what it is, we know what it is, number of terms we know, and what it is, total amount is, that is S7 also we know. So what we have to find, finally find the value of each price. So all the prices are depending on what? The first price, that is A. So first we need to find the first price by using the concept of sum of n terms of the arithmetic progression. So what is the formula for sum of n terms of arithmetic progression? Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. N minus 1 into d, that is S7 is equals to, n is equals to what? 7 by 2 into 2a plus n is equals to 7 minus 1 into d. D is equals to how much we got here? D is equals to, we found here how much it is? Minus 20. Substitute D is equals to minus 20 and simplify. So what we get by simplification? So what we get by simplification, it is S7 is given how much it is? 700. So substitute in the place of S7 as 700, that is equals to 700 is equals to n by 2, that is 7 by 2. Take it as then 2a plus 7 minus 1 is equal to 6. 6 into minus 20. 6 into minus 20. That is by cross multiplication. What we get, it is by cross multiplication, or you transpose 7 by 2 to this side. 7 by 2 whole into we are taking, means it, when we transpose to this side it divides. It divides means what? It is multiplied with the reciprocal of 7 by 2. Reciprocal of 7 by 2, that is 700 into 2 by 7. So when we transpose 7 by 2 it divides. So how you divide a fraction with the fraction? Means we are multiplying with the reciprocal of the fraction. 7 by 2 its reciprocal is 2 by 7. Now then what we have here, it is 2a plus into minus 6 into 20. 26 are 120. 26 are 120. Now 7 ones are 7. 7 ones are 7. 7 zeros are 0. 7 zeros are 0. 100 into 2 it is 200. That is equals to 2a minus 120. Now transpose 120 minus 120 to left hand side, that is LHS. Minus 120 will become what it is? Plus 120. That is 200 plus 120, which is equals to 2a. 200 plus 120 it is 320. That is equals to 2a. 2a means it is 2 into a. Transpose 2 to this side, then it divides. 320 by 2 is equals to what it is? A. That is 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2, 3 minus 2 it is 1, and then bring to 12, 2 6 are 12, 2 zeros are 0. Therefore, A is equals to what it is? 160. What is A which we have taken here? It is the first price. Let the first price be A. So first price will become what it is? 160 rupees. What about the other prices? It is 20 rupees less each from its preceding price. Therefore, first price is equals to how much it is? That is A, which is equals to rupees 160. Rupees 160. Then second price is equals to second price is equals to 20 rupees is less. That is 160 minus 20, which is equals to 140. So 140 is the second price. Then third price is equals to third price is equals to how much is third price? Again from second price 20 rupees is less. Therefore it is 140 minus 20 will give you 120 rupees. 120. So 120 rupees is the third price. Second price is 140 rupees. First price is 160 rupees. Then fourth price is equals to fourth price is equals to 20 less than the third price. That is 120 minus 20, which is equals to 120 minus 20 is equals to 100. So 100 rupees is the fourth price. Now fifth price is equals to so fifth price again 20 rupees less than its preceding price. What is the preceding price of fifth price? It is fourth price. So 20 rupees is less. 100 minus 20 will get it as what? Rupees 80. Rupees 80. Then the sixth price is equals to so sixth price it is again 20 rupees is less than what? 20 rupees is less than its preceding price, that is fifth price. So fifth price is 80. 80 minus 20 it is 60. Therefore rupees 60. Next seventh price is equals to again it is 20 rupees less than its sixth price. Sixth price is 60 rupees. 20 rupees is less means minus 20. That is 60 minus 20, which is equals to what? Rupees 40. So 40 rupees is the seventh price. Sixth price it is 60 rupees. Fifth price is 80 rupees. Fourth price is 100 rupees. Third price is 120 rupees. And second price is 140 rupees. First price it is 160 rupees. Like this we can find the total 7 prices their amount. If you want we can check it by adding 160 plus 140 is equals to what we get, that is first price and second price will get how much it is. Verification 300 will get. Then 120 plus 100, 120 plus 80 is equals to what we get. 120 plus 80 it is 200. Then what are there? It is 100. Then here it is 40 plus 60 is equals to 100. 100 plus 100 it is again 200. So total how much it is? 0, 0. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2 it is 7. So 700 rupees is distributed as 7 cash prizes. The difference between two consecutive prizes will be 20 rupees less. So like this we will find the price amount of each prize by finding what it is A value and finding the common difference. As usual using sum of n terms of the arithmetic progression, as the total amount is given 700 rupees, which will give you sum of 7 amount of 7 cash prizes, that is S7 is equals to 700. So like this we will find the total prizes their amount. Is it clear, children? Now we will discuss one more sum, that is 18th sum. A spiral is made up of successive semicircles with centers alternatively at A and B. Here A and B represents what? Centers of the semicircles. Starting with the center at A, point A of radius 0.5 centimeters. 1.0 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, 2.0 centimeter and so on as shown in the figure 5.4. This is the figure. What is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? 13 consecutive semicircles. Take pi is equals to 22/7. How many consecutive semicircles we should consider? It is 13. So that 13 represents n. So n is equals to 13. What are the radiuses which are given in the figure? It is 0.5 centimeter, 1.0 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, 2.0 centimeter as shown in the figure and so on it is given. So if A is the center, the first semicircle whose length is L1 and the radius is how much? It is 0.5 centimeter. Then again B is the center, then this is the semicircle whose length is equals to L2. The radius of second semicircle is equals to how much? It is 1.0 centimeter. Then again A is the center for third semicircle. A is the center and radius it is 1.5 centimeter. Then its length is equals to L3. And next it is B is the center. Again it is its length is L4, the fourth semicircle, and whose radius is how much? It is 2.0 centimeters. Means it is 0.5 centimeter. Continuously it is increasing. That is the difference between the radius of two consecutive semicircles. It is 0.5 centimeters. Like this 13 semicircles are there. Then what is the total length of the 13 consecutive semicircles? The length of the spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. What is the length of semicircle? Length of the semicircle. So this is see again we'll discuss. See here, this is a circle. The length of the circle is equals to, what is the length of the circle? It is 2 pi r. 2 pi r. So what is semicircle? Semicircle it is half of the length of the circle. Now this is the semicircular arc. This is semicircle. This is semicircle. Where is the spiral? Spiral only we have along its length of the arc. So this is the spiral. So what we call this length? It is length of the arc. Length of the arc. Here length of the arc. So here which is the what is the shape of this sphere? It is semicircle. Therefore we call it as what? Length of the semicircular arc. So this is length of the semicircular arc, which is half of the total length of this circular arc. Total length of the circle is nothing but what it is? Its circumference, which is 2 pi r. So half of that one it will become what it is? 2 pi r by 2. 2 and 2 are cancelled. Therefore pi r. Pi r is the length of the semicircular arc. Semicircular arc. Here consecutive this is the length of semicircular arc. L3 stands for length of the semicircular arc. That is third semicircular arc. Then it is L1, it is the first semicircular arc. Then L2 it is second semicircular arc. Now what is the length of the semicircular arc as we have studied in the lower classes also? It is pi r. So now what it is? Write the given data from here in the question. So it is number of consecutive semicircles, that is n is equals to 13. Here R1 radius of the first semicircle is equals to what it is? 0.5 centimeter. And R2 is equals to what it is? 1.0 centimeter. R3 is equals to what it is? Here 1.5 centimeter. And R4 is equals to what it is? 2.0 centimeter. It is given here. Now let L1, L2, L3 and so on L3, L13 are the lengths of 13 consecutive semicircles. Lengths of 13 consecutive semicircles. Let L1, L2, L3 and so on L13 are lengths of 13 consecutive semicircles. Semicircles. Now what is here? It is total length of the 13 semicircles is equals to, we need to find what it is? S13 we need to find. S13 is equals to what? L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus and so on plus L13 and so on L plus plus L 13. Now L1 is equals to what? Length of the first arc. Now we know here R1. So now length of semicircular arc. Length of semicircular arc is equals to pi r units. Therefore L1 is equals to pi r1, L2 is equals to pi r2, L3 is equals to pi r3, and L4 is equals to pi r4, and so on. L13 is equals to pi r13. Now substitute here, that is S13 is equals to L1, it is pi r1 plus pi r2 plus pi r3 plus and so on plus pi r13. Now if you take here pi common, by taking pi common, pi is there common among all the terms, that is equals to pi into, now what are left? R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus and so on plus R13 and so on R13. Now what is the rate? R1 is equals to pi into R1 is equals to how much? 0.5 plus 1.0 plus 1.5 plus and so on plus and so on 13 terms and so on 13 terms. So now if you observe this 0.5, 1.0, 1.5 and so on 13 terms, it is in the arithmetic progression or that? By observing 0.5, 1.0, 1.5, and so on 13 terms is an AP with A is equals to 0.5 and D is equals to what it is? 1.0 minus 0.5, that is equals to 0.5. So now we know A is equals to 0.5 and D is equals to, it is 0.5. So the total length of this 13 semicircles will give you as L1 plus L2 plus L3 and so on L13. L1 is equals to length of the first semicircular arc. L2 is equals to length of the second semicircular arc. L1 is equals to pi r1, that is length of the semicircular arc is equals to pi r. That is pi r is equals to first circle, that 4 radiuses we have taken r1. So r1, r2, r3, that is pi r1, pi r2, pi r3 and so on pi r13. Now S13 is equals to pi r1 plus pi r2 plus pi r3 plus and so on plus pi r13. Now take pi common, then we have r1 plus r2 plus r3 plus and so on r13. Now sum of the radius of the 13 semicircles, is multiplied with pi. Pi we know it is 22 by 7. So first you find the sum of the radius, that is 0.5 plus 1.0 plus 1.5 plus and so on 13 semicircles. Observe these numbers 0.5, 1.0, 1.5 and so on 13 terms. It is in the arithmetic progression, as 0.5 is the common difference. By observing the numbers we can say it is in the arithmetic progression, where A is equals to 0.5 and D is equals to, that is second term minus first term, what is 1.0 minus 0.5 is equals to 0.5. So now we should apply sum of n terms of the arithmetic progression to find the length of the, that is radius of the 30 circles. Now we will find out that one, that is length of all the 13 semicircles. So what is the formula to find sum of n terms of an arithmetic progression? Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So here n is equals to what? 13. Yes, 13. That is 13 radiuses. This we are finding for what? To find the length of to find the sum of the radiuses of the 13 circles. That S13 there what we found, that is the total length of the 13 circles, 13 semicircular arcs. S13 is equals to 13 by 2 into 2 into A is 0.5 plus n is equals to 13 minus 1 into 0, d is equals to 0.5, that is 13 by 2 into 2 into 0.5, 5 2s are 10, keep decimal point after one digit, we will get 1.0 plus 13 minus 1, 12, 12 into 0.5, that is equals to 13 by 2 into 1.0 plus 12.05, 12 5s are 60 and keep decimal point after one digit, we will get 6.0, 6.0, that is equals to 13 by 2 into 1.0 plus 6.0, it is 7.0, or simply it is 7. It is 7. So now 13 into 7, 13 7s are 91 by 2. So this is what? This is what? Sum of 13 semicircular. So yes, 91 by 2, what we will get it is, that is equals to sum of radius of 13 semicircles, 13 semicircles, that is equals to 91 by 2 is equals to 91 by 2 centimeters. Now we got this one. Finally, what we need to find, that is pi into sum of the radius of all the 13 semicircles. Sum of the radius of all the semicircles is equals to how much we got? 91 by 2. Therefore, total length of 13 semicircles, total length of, that is what we need to find? Total length of such 13 spirals, that is a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles, is equals to pi into 91 by 2. Now, I'll rub this. So now what we have to find here? Total length of a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. Semicircles is equals to pi into, that is we have added there pi into R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus and so on, 13 terms, or you write it is R13, that is equals to pi is equals to 22 by 7 into R1 plus R2 plus R3, how much we got? 91 by 2. 91 by 2 centimeters. 7 ones are 7, 7 ones are 7. 9 minus 7, 2, bring 1, 21. 7 threes are 21. 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2. That is 11 into 13 centimeters, which is equals to 11 into 13. 11 threes are 33. 11 ones are 11 plus 3, 14. 143 centimeters is the total length of this spiral, which is made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. So in this we have two parts are there in this question. First we need to find that is the total length of the radiuses of the 13 radii of the 13 semicircles. As we know, the radius 0.5, 1.0, 1.5, 2.0, all these radius are in the arithmetic progression. From that, take the first term as 0.5 and common difference it is a2 minus a1, it is 1.0 minus 0.5 will get 0.5, d we got it, n we got, and it is 13. Then first find the total length of the radius of the 13 semicircles. Then what is we need to find finally? Total length of the spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. the length of each semicircle is equals to pi r. Therefore, it is pi r1 plus pi r2 plus pi r3 plus and so on plus pi r13. 13 semicircles. Pi we are taking common. Then the total length of the 13 circles, the semicircles, the radius is multiplied with pi. We get the total length of the spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. That is 143 centimeters. Just nothing confusion is there. A simple sum it is. You need to identify from the figure. So what is L1, what is L2, what is L3? In general, the length of the semicircular arc is equals to half of the circumference of the circle, that is pi r. That concept will apply here on arithmetic progressions. Is it clear, children? Yes? So your homework is exercise number 5.3, question number 13, 14, 15, 17, 19 and 20. Did you understand, children, today's concept and today's sums what we have discussed? I hope you understand and thank you very much. We will discuss in the next class polynomials chapter.